Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and beautiful people of the internet, I would like to formally welcome you back to the foundation explosion of 2019, or Found Explosion, as I will be referring to it from now on. We are moving into, I don't know, our 75th foundation in the last month, and today it is all about the new one from Zoeva. Now, one of you mentioned something in a comment, I don't know, I think it was last week sometime. You mentioned something to me though about this foundation and how you had it in your cart on Ulta and how all of a sudden it disappeared, and how like maybe there was an accidental pre-release, I'm not sure. And I thought to myself, you know what, maybe there was a pre-release, because when I went and checked on the website I didn't see it either, but I didn't think anything of it. I thought like, okay, there's a bunch of other stuff from Zoeva there, like maybe it'll be fixed. And now here I sit doing this video about I would say 5 to 7 days after I purchased this and had it sent out. I did have it shipped overnight because I needed something else that was in the box, but I received mine and it is still not on the Ulta website. So then, then your girl got her little investigation fingers just a buzzing, because I tried to figure out any information I could on this, and you can imagine that might be a little difficult when there is no listing for it anywhere. So I'm going to compile the information I have for you on this foundation, and we are just going to dive right in. So the first little tidbit of information we will be pulling here is from this adorable little unicorn. I love this cute little metallic strip of rose gold right there. I don't know why, but like it's really cute, and the box itself feels really nice. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it's like a nice beefy sturdy unicorn. I'm a fan. But anyways, on the little side here it says that this is inspired by Zoe's vision that every woman should feel comfortable, beautiful, and confident. Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation, which by the way is the name of the foundation, which I should have said. Oh, hello. I'm a beauty guru. But it was designed to allow you to build your perfect coverage whenever and wherever you feel you need it. Enhanced with the nurturing power of rosehip oil, it glides on to give a smooth and weightless finish along your skin's natural luminosity to shine through. And girl, I'm oily, so there's gonna be something shining through. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be like, woo, beacon of light, honey. So that was all I had from the box, but then I did also go ahead and pull up my emailed receipt from Ulta, and it says that I grabbed the shade 050N, so 50N, beautiful is the shade name, and it is for light skin with a neutral undertone, which is like perfect. That's like exactly what I look for. Again, $28, and how many ounces you getting in this little guy? 1.01 fluid ounces, honey. Yes, we have that full fluid ounce. Girl, yes. And then the last little bit of information I was able to get on this foundation was from the Zoeva Cosmetics Instagram, and it says that this is available in 44 shades. Now, it doesn't have a picture of all the shades. It has a picture of like 5 shades, and I don't know if that's like supposed to be light, medium, undertone, deep skin. Like, I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to showcase there, but I don't have any way of telling you if those 44 shades are good or not, just that they will have them. And according to what I could find on my receipt that did spec out, it was for light with a neutral undertone. I'm also going to assume that they have multiple undertones within that 44 shade range, and typically if you do a 44 shade launch, it is a pretty good spectrum, so hopefully, you know, we'll know more about that here soon. And then it also does say that this is launching on September 2nd on ZoevaCosmetics.com and September 9th at Zoeva retailers. But which, can I just say real quick, now that I just realized, that said September 9th at Zoeva retailers. I'm assuming Ulta would be considered a Zoeva retailer, so I probably did get this and I should not have. I am so sorry, Zoeva. I can't imagine how frustrating that would be, but your girl's so excited, I can't care. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Also, you guys might be asking yourself, Paige, aren't you too hot wearing that long sleeve? Like, what are you doing? It's summer. Girl, I decided I didn't want summer anymore for a minute. I wanted it to be fall. I wanted it to be comfy and cozy and happy, so I turned the AC down to like 58 and literally sat here and froze my toes off so I could put this on because I wanted to be cozy, and it's wonderful. All right, so let's go ahead and take some of this foundation. Again, the shade is 050N. Beautiful. Don't mind if I am. And it looks like we have a nice glass component here. We do have a plastic cap with a pump. Not mad at this. Very standard packaging for what we are seeing right now. Hello. You guys, this shade is actually really nice. I like it. Let's go ahead here and just like do a little swatchereezy on the face. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Is it weird if I just like wipe this on my face? Like, don't judge me. I don't want to waste all that. Like, I accidentally pumped a little too much. Don't judge me. Face not, want not, am I right? Oh, that looks pretty. Oh my God, yes, let's go. Let's go. All right, and first up here, I will be going in with my Real Techniques face and body sponge just to press this on to the skin. Oh, you guys, that actually looks beautiful on the skin. Hello. Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss primers for a hot second. There's a hair on my forehead. I'm sorry, let me revise. There's a cat hair on my forehead. As I was saying, let's go ahead and discuss primers, because your girl, of course, did prime and prep both sides of her skin per usual, and I didn't find my Tatcha Silk canvas that I lost, but I did grab my backup, which I forgot that I still had in my other room where I used to do my makeup. So on this side, we have Tatcha Silk canvas, my usual, my fabulous, and then on this side over here, we have the Farsali Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum. Just a really nice, beautiful smelling primer that really sinks into the skin, and I find more so than anything that this one just kind of settles into the skin much more on like the serum consistency than like the Tatcha. The Tatcha is more of like a pore filling kind of putty consistency that really fills them in, and this one, they say it's more of like a blurring situation. For me, it's much more of like a topical sink in, delivers a nice kind of subtle softness to the skin, and I really like the two. Like, I love using a foundation and comparing the two sides. I think it's a good juxtaposition, especially when I'm working like I am today with a more luminous foundation. So far here we have this side applied only with the sponge. I didn't go in and build up coverage or anything, and I feel like I'm getting a decent medium coverage right from the jump, which is nice. I'm going to take a little bit more of this foundation though, and I want to try it out with my foundation brush here. This is the Morphe JS1 brush, and I am going to just kind of lightly start applying it. Oh, hello, hair. No, thank you. And getting this on the skin. Oh my gosh, hello, you are so rude. If you could just stay tucked, that would be great. Nobody likes a rude hair. Just ask me, I should know. I'm covered in cat hairs 24/7. I don't know about y'all, but nothing's more rude than a cat hair. Am I right? Tell me down below. Is there any hair more rude than a cat hair? Nope. Okay, so application with a brush is kind of gorgeous. Wow, okay. It's not often that a consistency like this foundation that's really, really thin and liquidy that I like it applied with a brush, but I actually feel like that's gorgeous. It's not streaky, it's not leaving me patchy, it's not pilling up on the skin. I'm having literally no issues with it. It actually looks really nice. There is a light amount of streak, I guess, on the nose. And I think more than anything, what I don't like about a brush is that I always feel like it's not pressed into the skin. So a lot of times, even if I go in and apply it with a brush like this, I will smooth it out with a sponge just to help pick up any excess product. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth this side out with a sponge. Now I'm going to move on, and I want to test the oxidation of this, because this is something I do with every foundation. Now that it's had a second, it's sunk in, it's settled, and I think it's oxidized some. I like to take just a little fresh little nugget on my finger here and do a test. Oh, wow. So your girl is definitely oxidizing. That's like at least a full shade, if not maybe 2 shades. So something to think about when purchasing. Maybe go a little bit lighter than whatever you think your shade will be. From here, we're just gonna go ahead and apply a couple of real quick steps. This is Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Neutral, and we're gonna use this to lightly reshape out the face and kind of make everything match per usual, nothing crazy. Hey guys, I had to bring you in. Look at the level of luminous and dewy and beautiful on my face right now. This looks so, so good. And I wanted to give you this up close just in case powdering it ruins it completely. Sometimes with a luminous slash dewy foundation that goes to this extent, it does wreck it when you put powder on, because they're just not formulated to work very well with powder. And I wanted you guys to get a good shot of it just in case that's you. I don't want to wreck this for like normal to dry skin people that don't set their face. I want you to still see the potential and the beauty of it unset, because that is so, so gorgeous. But now for me, your girl's about ready to take that risk. So let's go ahead here. I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me in 05 Fair, and I'm going to lightly set the face. I'm going to intensely set the under eyes first, because if I don't press something into them bags, girl, we're gonna have a situation. And the forehead and the chin and all, basically my entire T-zone, I like to set with a sponge. I just have to go through here and really make sure that I'm pressing out any of my wrinkles here, and then packing some powder into those. And now before we set the rest of the face, let's do our little touch test here to test for tackiness. Again, for you normal to dry skin folk. Ooh, very tacky still, and I'm actually getting a fair amount of transfer. Not a ton, but a little bit. I don't know if you can lightly see it on my fingers there. So that's where I'm at with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and lightly set the rest of my face here. This is just my JH01 and the same powder, and I'm just going to lightly press this all over the skin. All right, and then here we are completely set down. Normally I don't give you guys the up close, but I wanted you to see that it did set down nicely. I'm not having any issues with it. It will look a little bit more matte and thick at this point just because I don't have the rest of everything on. It's not all pressed into the skin. Basically nothing else has been done. So this is where we're at. I actually think it looks really nice for setting a foundation that's so much so on the luminous side of things. Also wanted to move you guys out and give you this shot of the cheeks. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the stuff I have to get done, and we'll stop back in. So hang tight and I will be right back. All right, beautiful people, I am back. Things have been happening off of camera, and if you want to know what those are, well, you're just gonna have to subscribe and come back tomorrow, because I'll be going over all of it tomorrow. Oh yes, I will. But as far as right now goes, let's go ahead and throw up the up close and talk about this foundation, because I feel like overall it's not looking horrible. Is it the best foundation I've ever worn? No, I think that goes without saying. I've tried a lot as of recent, and I feel like this one looks pretty good over like the cheek region. It looks pretty smooth. The biggest issue I'm having with it is that it's breaking up more so around my mouth. It's settling in a little bit onto my smile lines, and a little bit, no, I would say a decent amount of settling into the sides and the crevasses around my nose. The forehead is looking all right, but so far it looks okay. It's not wearing the best. Now, I have been off of camera and doing all of the other things here for almost 3 hours, so this isn't like an immediate check-in. So I think that's why there's maybe a little bit more settling than there normally is at this point in the check-in, but nonetheless, I'm gonna run off and I'm gonna go ahead, do the rest of my day, and stop back on at the end. So hang tight and I will be right back. All right, you guys, it is officially the end of the day and I can explain. So let's go ahead and discuss. First things first, the hair on the top of my head looking oh so flying fine. As you guys know, I have like autoimmune disease, right? And if you have that type of issue, like autoimmune related, you will know that sometimes it's like an issue with sensory overload, like the feeling of things. And for me, it'll be the feeling of like hair on my neck. It'll literally make my skin crawl. And that's how I was feeling today. So it just all immediately, whoosh, right to the top of my head. And then I thought, like, should I fix it to like go on and do my check-in? And I was like, no, they know me. Y'all know I'm not gonna lie. Like, hello, this is what you see is what you get, and this is what you get. So anyways, we can go ahead and talk about this foundation. I just knew that there was no way I was gonna get through this outro without like, girl, are we really not gonna address that sumo bun in the room? Like, no, we can address it. It's been addressed, and girl, look at her. She's waving at you. She's like, bye, girl. Anyways, okay, for real, on to foundation. Let's go ahead and discuss. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up the up close for you guys while I look at it up close here as well. Overall, I think for 8 hours, it wore pretty nicely. You will see over the cheek region, it does look pretty nice, so no issues there as far as breakage. Bronzer, blush, and highlight all look nice. Main issue that I do have, per usual, is around the mouth and nose. So overall, let me go ahead and give you the cliff notes of what I think so far on this foundation. Again, first impression wise, I really love the way that it sits on the skin, and it gives you this nice, like, beautiful kind of naturally dew to the skin, like over in this region on my chin. Like, yes, I'm wearing highlight, but all of this down here, that's not highlight. The entire nose and like even having this beautiful highlighted middle of my forehead, that's not highlight. That's this foundation really coming through and allowing you to have that nice natural dewiness on the skin, which I really, really like. Now, for me, the only problem I have is that like through this region, like on my textured areas, I do feel like, and I don't know if it really shows it well on camera, but I feel like throughout the day, it has looked a little bit more thick and a little bit more cakey than I would traditionally like my foundation to. And I think honestly that's not the fault of the foundation. I found that more often than not when I am dealing with a more luminous or more dewy foundation, as I mentioned at the beginning, that is what I would classify this as, they don't tend to be paired well with powder, mainly just because the foundation is so dewy. I don't feel like it's always intended for powder. Not so much like the creators of it go, oh, this shouldn't be used with powder, but just that the idea of like those two, you know, wanting to use powder and having a very dewy finish, they just typically don't go together. So I'm not mad at that. I feel like that's just kind of built into the type of foundation this is, again, being on the more luminous side of things. I think if I wear this again, there will be a couple things I'll have to address, and I think that would definitely be the first one, is maybe finding a lighter powder, like a more fine powder. This might be a good candidate for like a very thin milled, like the Fenty or the Jeffree Star powder, something to that effect. Now, as I do mention at the end of every foundation review, I tell you guys how I would make this better, how I would mix it, what type of a combo I would go in with. I think for me, the biggest issue would be the powder. I will definitely want to switch that up a little bit, and I might want to add in something that is just slightly more mattifying, whether that's like a drop of my Catrice HD full coverage, or even just a drop of my new one from Smashbox. That's also very full coverage, and this is very dewy. Something that could maybe balance the dewiness just a little bit, like bring it, just pull it it back just a freckle, but also provide me a little bit more coverage and a little bit more stick to my skin, because I think in the T-zone that would make a big difference for me. But overall, you guys, those are my thoughts. I hope that this was helpful. Again, I hope that if you are on the normal to dry side, that this was helpful to you even. I really do try to kind of represent all of it going in. So let me know your thoughts down below. Were you super curious? What do you think? Opinions, thoughts, leave them in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. And if you haven't done so yet, you can subscribe. And you probably should, because you guys, I upload 5 videos a week. If you do not already know that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day of the week, honey. We are coming at you bright early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in good old Northern Michigan. And we are talking about all things new makeup, old makeup, makeup we love, makeup we don't love. It does not matter, honey. We talk about it all Monday through Friday. So subscribe, turn on your post notifications. And you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Something in this box does not smell good. I'm a little bit troubled by it. Wow, that was loud. Oh. And then the last little bit of information I was able to glean was from the Zoeva Cosmetics Instagram here. And it, apparently my lip itches, so right now we need to stop and do that. Okay, cool. Oh, and by the way, while I'm doing this, let's go ahead and discuss some primers, because of course your girl already primed. Hello, hi. Who am I? Just guess. Boys wanna touch my chest. What? What am I failing for this side? What do I fail? What do I feel in my heart and soul will work best on this side of my face?